A secret mission to protect one of the world's most elusive birds is underway in the vast arid lands of Western Queensland. The night parrot was thought to be extinct, so when one was discovered alive 2 years ago, conservationists were astonished. The whole thing has turned into a cloak-and-dagger effort to ensure the bird's continuing survival. Kathy McLeish was taken to the secret location to find out what's going on.
Good morning, welcome to sunny Archerfield. Our first sector this morning will stop for fuel, and then after that about 20 minutes on the ground, quick cup of coffee, and then we'll head to our next stop, which will be about an hour and a half.
This is the biggest story of conservation in Australia today.
It's the mystery of it that's so compelling.
For as long as we can, we'll keep it as secret as we can.
Can you tell us where we're going?
That's classified, I'm afraid.
We can't tell you exactly where we're going because this covert operation protects a very precious creature once consigned to history. All this secrecy is about one small bird. The elusive night parrot, which was first described in 1845. A live bird was seen in 1912, then no more than a few tantalising but unconfirmed sightings in the wild for more than 75 years. It was thought to be extinct. All that remained were museum displays of the enigmatic little parrot whose yellowish-green colour and brown-black bars helped camouflage it from the world. And then, on a Western Queensland roadside in 1990, a night parrot was found dead, and another in 2006. 7 years later, a naturalist called John Young found the population. In July 2013, John Young revealed his photos to the world, but not their location. That information went to a very few who could be trusted, including ecologist Dr. Steve Murphy. And he's spent 2 years looking for them.
What we've found so far is that listening to their calls is by far the most reliable way to find them. And they come out at night, they're nocturnal, so during the daytime they're tucked right up inside the spinifex and, impossible to see.
Their numbers remain a mystery.
Despite working on this intensively for 2 years, I've seen 3 birds.
Eventually, he held one in his hand. This vision has never been released before.
We really had to focus. We were both, shaking pretty madly at the start. We were the first ones to hold a living night parrot. And so, the sense of responsibility was just awesome. We put a tiny little radio transmitter on it and then we let it go.
The clock was ticking from that moment. The tiny battery only lasts 21 days.
Radio tracking is difficult at the best of times, but when you've got a little tiny bird that flies around at night and your objective is to follow it without disturbing it, it's a really, really challenging prospect. So, it was hard.
It was an incredible experience to be sitting on the top of a hill and this little parrot calling out from the spinifex just after dusk. It was amazing. Yeah.
Elsewhere in Central Australia where they used to...
Dr. Murphy is now taking us to see firsthand the work that's going into ensuring the night parrot's survival.
So it's one more thing we can be looking for in the landscape.
Being able to, I suppose, secure this site and allow Dr. Steve Murphy to continue his fantastic research is just critical to the ongoing survival of this species.
2 weeks after the landowners bought this million-acre cattle property in southwest Queensland, the night parrot was discovered here. While news of a find of a species that's been variously listed as threatened, endangered and regionally extinct is exciting in the science and bird worlds, for the landowner it brought grave concerns that he was about to lose his new property. But part of the conservation work that's been done here is to find a solution that works for everybody. The not-for-profit conservation organisation Bush Heritage Australia is working with bird experts, scientists and government to buy 56,000 hectares of the property and make it a conservation reserve.
The ultimate path for us is to secure this species. We want the night parrot to be secure. We want to know more about it, and it's a combination of research and conservation. And so the first step down that pathway is securing and protecting this location. So that's what Bush Heritage is determined to do, and then finding more.
More parrots would be the best insurance from threats like weeds, fire, feral predators and people.
It would be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, I imagine, for a live bird or even for eggs.
Finding out more about them here will provide the clues to finding other surviving populations, if they exist.
Once we find other locations, there may be opportunities for people to visit them and potentially hear a night parrot or maybe even see a night parrot. But yeah, without finding those other populations, the risks are still really too great.
Until then, the world will just have to be satisfied with this fleeting glimpse shot by two very excited scientists.
Cathy McLeish with that report.